and start. Hi ladies, I'm very excited. You see me here. All right, this is block number 4 and it's called Autumn Ballet. Autumn Ballet. So we've had the Promenade A, we've had the Manhattan, and we've had the Disco. So there's only really one tricky thing about the Autumn Ballet, and it is going to be, and I've lost my fabric already. Y'all know it just would not be a day unless I lost my fabric. It is going to be the block that is right here. See that block right there? I'm going to show you how to do it. So follow your directions. We're on page 6. This is what your finished block looks like. So it's what I call a bear paw. I know it's not really a bear claw, that it is actually a leaf, but that is what it's going to look like. So if you guys are doing this colorway, which is the Batik, so this one here is fabric number 2. This one is fabric number 1. This one is fabric number 5. And then, of course, this is fabric number 3. So for the snowman one, that is the one that I'm going to show you how to do, especially the stem of the leaf. And then we're going to go straight through it. So let's talk about doing half square triangles. You know how to do half square triangles. The easiest way is to draw your line down the center, and then you are going to stitch a 1/4 inch on both sides of the line, which I had already done. So I'm just gonna get the rotary cutter and I'm gonna cut it. Make sure, of course, I did not get it all cut. So I'm going to just cut through it, because I need to remind you, for the block of the month, you need to make sure that you are pressing everything and that you are squaring up everything. So without pressing and squaring up, you end up with wonky looking blocks. So if you remember the way you square up, and I'm showing you up high so that you can see it, you take the diagonal on your ruler, your 45-degree diagonal, and you lay it right on your sew line. And this block squares up to be 3.5 by 3.5. So I'm just going to put one of those out there for the moment so that I can show you how to square it up. I'll square up both of them because we need to for this particular, for this, shoot, which way am I going here? I'm going behind backwards. I got to pull it down, guys. I'm sorry. Maybe you can see. I'll try tilting it. There we go. I think you can see it that way. So we are measuring on the line. See where my straight line is? And we are measuring 3.5 by 3.5. And we're going to trim it. That's my 3.5 by 3.5. Gonna get my rotary cutter and I'm gonna trim. And I'm gonna still keep it 3.5 by 3.5. Make sure I'm there. 3.5 by 3.5. And we're gonna trim it. So that's where we're at. Daggone it. I need a new blade, and I've just been too lazy to get one. All right, so just in case you missed it, we're going to do it one more time. We are going to line up our 45-degree angle at 3.5 by 3.5, and the 45-degree angle line should be on the sew line. Should be on the sew line. So we're trimming that off. We are trimming this one off. Dang. I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna flip it over and measure the other way to make sure if I have any dog tails. On this one, I do have a little bit of a dog tail. See it right there? A little dog ear, dog tail, whichever way you want to say it. And we're going to cut it off. All right. All right. So then what it wants us to do by that diagram is it wants our white block, which for us doing the snowman, the white block, the white on white, is fabric number 2. Then it wants you to do the fabric number 2 with the fabric number 1. It's going to go right there. So I'm going to put them together and sew them right up. Won't take but a second. Cut that. So that is my fabric number 1 and my fabric number 2. And then the second block is going to go right here. I'm going to sew that together. Let me put them together. I'm going to do a quick press. Quick press. And there it is. Now you're actually making 8 of these blocks. So this block is going to be an 8 block. This is what I wanted to show you, okay? So for the assembly A, you have got a 3.5 inch block and you've got a 3-inch block. This one here is fabric 3 and this is fabric 4. So what you're going to do is you're going to draw your line on the center of fabric number 5. Then you're going to match them up corner to corner and you are going to sew right here on that line. Okay. I needed one of my leader and enders. Let me steal this thing real quick so I can put it in there. Let me get this going through there because I need it to be all the way at the point. So that's going to be a really key, crucial, is that you have it at the actual point of where your line starts. And you're going to sew right on that line all the way off. All the way off. Once you have done that, just lay that back over there. And I'm going to get another one of those. I'm going to get another one of these. Let me get it started through there. This is just my leader and ender. So this is what it looks like. There's your sewn line on your draw line. What's going to happen, you're going to measure 1/4 of an inch, and you are going to cut off that 1/4 of an inch. I mean, you're going to cut off where you measured 1/4 of an inch from the stitch line. So we're going to cut that off, and it looks like this. Press it open, and you should be even, Steven, all the way around. So let me press them real quick. So when I say even, Steven, right here is what is even. This part right here. You're going to take your other piece and you are going to lay it, hang on, let me get it laid up there. Corner to corner. You've already drawn your line. Corner to corner. See where I have corner to corner? And we're going to stitch this one. So give me 1 second. It should take it right in there. And we'll cut that off. So again, what we want to do is that we are going to measure 1/4 of an inch from our stitch line, and we're going to cut. So lay your 1/4 of an inch ruler down, and you should be able to cut. You're going to flip this one over, and then we're going to press it. Give me 1 second here. This time we are not pressing to the dark side. We're actually pressing to the light side. And that way that gives you that straight corner. This is what makes the stem of the leaf. So, that being said, this is where your stem goes right here. On ours, it's there. And then we assembled. This was our assembly 1, our assembly 2, and our assembly 3. This was number 3. So I'm just going to stitch it on there real quick. I'm going to do a quick stitch down. You know, in my world, nothing's quick. Gonna do my quick stitch down. I'm gonna do a quick press. Quick press. And there is our block. Now remember, we need to make 8 of these. This is the biggest block that we've made yet, but we need to make 8 of them. So that is what we have for the Autumn Ballet block. They're all done, both of them. And hopefully you won't have any problems. But if you do, reach out, come to the shop, and we will work on your autumn ballet together. Okay? Thanks, guys.